In today's video, I'm going to show you how I made these cement stepping stones for my garden. So let's get started. All you're going to need is a container. This is just a large margarine container. Some rocks or stones. These are glowing stones. I just picked these up from Dollarama. This is what they look like at night. I thought this would be a great idea to light the pathway in my garden. I also picked up some glass gems. I also went ahead and picked up a paint mixer. This will help when it comes to mixing your concrete or mortar, saving your arms on all that mixing. I picked this piece up at Home Depot. You just want to attach it to your power drill. Next, make sure you have a paint stick, and I picked up a wall scraper because they didn't have the item I was looking for. And of course, you need a pail. So here I'm going to be using mortar to make my stepping stones. You can follow all the instructions on the package if you're not quite sure what to do, but I'm just going to mix enough in a pail and add water until it's at the right consistency. I'm just making enough for one stone at a time. You want to make sure you don't breathe this stuff in, and also wear gloves. Once you have enough in your pail, it's time to add water. And then mix it all together until you have a thicker paste. You don't want it too thick because you don't want it to dry before you get your stones in. And you don't want it too runny because then you'll just have a mess. As you can see, it was getting a little thick, so just add more water. Sorry about the goose noises, my sprayer nozzle is getting old. If you found that you added too much water, just add a little bit more mixture. Once you're done mixing, make sure you spray down your paint mixer every time because you don't want the concrete or mortar drying onto your paint mixer. Here's where the paint stick comes in handy. Now we just want to pour all this mortar into the container that you're using for your stepping stone. You do want to make your stone thick enough so when you step on it, it won't crack. So now you either want to just tap your container or shuffle it around to knock out all the extra air bubbles. This also evens out the top of your stone. Once you're happy with it, it's time to add your stones. So on the first few stepping stones I will be making, I will be creating a flower pattern with the glass beads I picked up. And on the outside, I'm going to frame it with the glow-in-the-dark stones. You want to make sure to push them in deep enough so when the mortar dries, your stones won't fall out. This is another reason why you don't want to have your mortar too liquidy, because your stones will sink right to the bottom. Here it's just thick enough where they'll rest right on top and they won't move. After pushing your rock in a little bit for the mortar to hold your gem or rock. You do have a bit of time to adjust your rocks if needed, but you have to move fast because it does dry quickly. So once it's finished, move it to an area where there's no sun and has time to dry. I'm just going to quickly make one more so you can see it all again. So this time around you can see it's a little bit thicker, and that's why I got that drywall tool. You can use other tools, but this is what I have. So again, you just want to bang out as many air bubbles as you can and try to get it as flat as you can. If it's not flat enough, just use your paddle to flatten it out. This will make the top smoother. And give it another shake if you have too many lines in it. Once you have all your stones, leave them dry for a couple days. When they dry out, they will turn a lighter gray. I also went ahead and used some bigger glow-in-the-dark stones for my flowers in a few of my stepping stones. I also made a bowl of hands. I will link that video above if you'd like to see it. On some of my stepping stones, I put names in them like beans and peas. I also made a couple others with hearts, bugs, and paw prints. Now I did one stepping stone, and this is what not to do, or this will be your end result. So if you wanted to lay your stones down first, I recommend putting in sand, not thinking that my mortar would go all around my rocks and beads. Because if you did what I did, this will be your result. So instead, I just stuck my beads and stones in after I poured in the mortar. Here I just used some stones for a butterfly, and for the dragonfly wings, I just used broken glass. So I will be making some more stepping stones with more words on like carrots, potatoes, and that sort of thing. Once that video is up, I will link it in this video as well. If you want a stone path look, just fill it full of stones. So this is when it started getting darker. You can see the stones have a bit of a glow. Once all the stones were dry, they were easy to pop out of the margarine containers. So here's the start of my pathway in my garden for making all these stepping stones. This will help for keeping my feet cleaner, just in case the garden's a bit muddy and I just want to pick a few vegetables. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like it, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for all new videos. And remember to click the notification bell to be notified for each and every video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again. Check out my gardening video on how to garden with what you have.